All right, I think we're live, everybody. Everybody get notifications out there?
Probably not. They will 50 minutes
I
though.
just got mine.
Okay.
Mine just popped up, literally.
All right, we are live.
Notifications go out in 50 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, go out 3 o'clock.
Our show usually goes from like 15 to like 36 people.
Yeah, right at the end of the
10
show.
minutes of the show.
I'm gonna give some shout outs out there in the chat. We got Raven Shadow out there. We got Lori out there. We got Sub Vapes. Mark Senior. Mark, are you home from the hospital again, dude? You know what the hell, dude? Cincinnati Kings out there. Galta. It's me, dude. Let's see. Gareth Martin. Dustin Singer. What's up, everybody? And let's see anybody else. Oh, Alan Gorby's here. Chris Smitty. Jerry Lawrence. Kenny B. What's up, Kenny? Kenny was awesome Friday night on the Fresh's show. That was awesome. He did a great job.
That was a good show.
It was a very good show. Moose is verifying that we are live. Thank you, Moose.
The Buick's out there. What's up, James? What's going on, everybody? Everybody have a good week?
Long week.
Week. Yeah, I was living that hotel life this week. Oh, Nikki,
yeah, man.
Out there, Nikki.
It was like, where in the world was Frank? Where's Frank today?
Yeah, well, I didn't go far. I went Alabama and back basically, and just ran around, But yeah, I go up to Ohio tomorrow to go pick my truck back up.
Cool. Were they doing work on it for you? Upgrades?
Yeah, well, not upgrades. I had a wiring harness fry, and it was on back order for like 2 weeks.
Ooh.
I got a call to Thursday. Oh, your truck's done. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm on my way to Virginia Beach, so yeah, it's going to be a minute.
Wow.
So the truck coming running. I'm going to drop it off over here in Greensboro and then grab a rental car and run up there.
Fun.
Yeah. Well, Karen Presley made it on time. Awesome. I guess she got the notification for a change. Awesome. Thank you, Karen. It was time to make the donuts.
Let's make some donuts.
Well, first off, what's everybody's favorite donut vape that they've had so far? Or has anybody not had any?
What's my...
I haven't had this one in a long time. I'm going to mix it up today, right now, actually. It was a Flawless Aftermath clone. I've never had the actual juice, but I mixed this up early on, and when I started mixing, it was really, really good. It was made by the Candyman.
Okay.
DLR.
Well, Mike, since you took the floor, go ahead and introduce yourself. I didn't even introduce you. What the hell? I'm slacking today.
I'm Mike.
My shit week.
We have a guest.
I'm an addict. My name is Mike. I'm an addict. I keep buying flavors. But no, I've been mixing for, I don't know, about 2.5 years almost now, I want to say. And I like donuts. So I figured I'd come on. I'm a fat kid. I like donuts. So, yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, you're welcome. Anything else you want to say about your background? You do any live shows or anything else on YouTube, or
you like an admin in any groups or anything?
Yeah, I'm an admin at this one group. What was the name of it? Something about eating and sleeping and mixing and then repeating yourself. So.
Oh yeah, I've heard that shitty ass group. Yeah.
Yeah, eat, sleep, mix,
repeating ourselves.
That's that ASMR group, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the one where they talk really slow and sexy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm on that group a lot. Moped, Chef John, those guys are awesome. I do have a YouTube channel. I don't do a whole lot, but I'm a surveyor, hence the name, the Vaping Surveyor. So I'm usually working like 60 plus hours a week. So whenever I get time, I try to go and hang out with my guys. So we have a good time.
Yeah, cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say I've had a commercial juice or even a mix that I made that was a donut that I really liked. In general, I'm not Zeppole is okay, but I'm not a big fan of it. It just doesn't agree with me. Like the flavor is good. I just get I don't know, almost like heartburn or something from it. I don't know. For me, it just doesn't work. So I've not really done a whole lot of donuts, but so I can't say I've had one that I like. But I know Alfredo's the donut master. the donut sensei.
Nice. I'm gonna have to mix up one of your donuts.
Yeah, what do you got going on, Alfredo?
I have a strawberry donut custard I whipped up,
Ooh.
and came out very well. I just was playing around right now with the ratios, try to get it right. But I'm at 2% Zeppola, 2% Wow, little bit of Red Touch. So mess around with the Red Touch, and Cat V1 about 2 to 3%. I'm around there.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds like you're on the right path.
Yeah, I like that Zeppola and Wow combination. That's actually what I used for this one here that I made up. Works out pretty well.
Yeah, one thing about that I've found about, especially donuts is, you got to let them steep.
Yep.
I mean, none of us are going to know anything we mix today, whether it's going to be any good or not for, 5 to 7 days minimum.
Right.
Some of us will, some of us, thought ahead and let it steep.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And I just mixed mine 2 minutes before we went live. So.
Some people live in hotels,
Some
Mixin.
people. Hey, man.
Or in the back cab.
You got to have your to-go.
If I had the room, I would.
He's gonna have a little mixing lab in the back of his truck.
Yeah.
Well, I seen some of them trucker guys. They got like those DeWalt cases or whatever, Husky cases. They got all their flavorings in there. And...
Yeah, there's a couple. There's one guy I've seen on. I think I've seen him on YouTube. He does that. But I have a car hauler, so I ain't got room for shit.
You don't have the sleeper, huh?
I got a sleeper, but it's small.
Oh.
I mean, I can't even stand up in it.
Oh. Yeah, that's not gonna work then.
Nah.
So, despite my emotional scarring yesterday, I'm still supporting Gizzard Stew.
Oh,
dude! Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
and then he did it
so
slow, and like
so
the
slow.
sound, and you're like, oh no!
Well, I was waiting for it to be some kind of gag or something. Like he threw that sound effect in there with his soundboard.
That's what I was thinking.
And then when I saw it come off, I was just like, that shit just happened.
Yep, exactly.
I was just hoping he wasn't going to slip and end up with
give himself a tracheotomy,
hit his carotid, or a hole in his neck, or I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to watch anymore. Tell me when it's over.
Mark Senior, you're exactly right. Funnel cakes are a form of a donut, so yeah, if you're making a funnel cake, that works too.
Hella funnel cake
because it's still throwing dough in a deep fryer.
Yep.
That poor beard. I just want to shout out to all the beards out there that are still kicking it.
That's the thing about a beard.
Silence for the beard.
You can always grow a new one. It'll come back.
It's gonna be getting hot anyways, right?
Well, I guess even in Minnesota in the summertime it gets hot.
I think he just trimmed it.
The beard doesn't know that.
The beard
doesn't know.
Aw, Dawson Moose is beard sympathetic. All right, so let's talk donuts here, gentlemen. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first today.
All right.
Get my crap out of the way. So I went with the cronut. Bam, there we go. So I went with a cookie dough cronut. So I've been working on this cookie dough for a while. Just Favora cookie dough at 1% and Favora cake batter at 1%. Because actually, when I single flavor tested my Favora, the cookie dough's all right. Like it kind of gives that chocolate chip note a little bit. But when I flavor tested Favora cupcake batter, I was like, yeah, that's cookie dough right there. That's just like plain cookie dough without chocolate chips in it. So that's been working out pretty good for me for the cookie dough part. And then I went for some Wonder Flavor glazed donut and Flavor Arts Apola for the kind of the donut part. And then I tried to put some Bape Train croissant in there to give it the butteriness and kind of push it more towards the croissant kind of side.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So
Nice.
so I'm vaping on it right now. It didn't come out too bad. It didn't come out too bad. I was gonna stop sharing it. I don't know if the best way to go about a cronut though is just combining croissant and donut though. I'm starting to think that there's maybe going to be another way to go around that to build up kind of what the croissant is missing. Because I like kind of where the croissant flavor is going because it adds just like that really nice buttery kind of croissant flavor, but it's definitely missing the bakery part of it. And I don't think quite Zapola or glazed donut is going to be the way to kind of build up that bakery note. Yeah, Das Moose,
I haven't tried it, but I'm thinking Flavor's pastry zest at a low percentage might lift up texture, and then you might also need almond. Almond will add like the lit like that lift that the cronut has, man. Like, because it's a very light tasting donut. It's not very like spicy. It doesn't have a lot of spices. It doesn't have like glaze. It's not like a cake donut. It's like croissant texture inside of a donut. It's very airy. There's a lot of like those like air pockets inside of it and shit. So you need something that like, I don't know, something that lifts yeast up a bit, but doesn't make it like you're just vaping straight yeast, because that's gross. And if you want to do that, you just vape F.A. Joy.
Jared.
That's got a very greasy glaze note to it, so you might not want that. So.
Yeah. Jared, a cronut is basically just croissant batter, but made into like a donut and then deep fried, like a donut would be.
Yeah. Sometimes they put like a maple, like a slight maple glaze on it, or like the same thing that French crullers have. It's like I don't know what kind of glaze they put on it. It might be the same old honey glaze, but that's what I can relate a cronut to the most, is the French cruller kind of donut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like Mark
I think that's actually
like the Wonder Flavors like fried dough or something might
yeah, I'm also thinking instead of the fried dough.
I tried that.
I don't think that's good.
It may come out if it steeps, it may come out, but it ends up, you lose the flaky lightness of the croissant. Yeah, okay. It becomes really heavy. So maybe at a lower percent, I'm not really sure, but trying to find the balance of the fried component and the flaky pastry with the croissant is very hard. And I tried it with VT. Well, go ahead. I'll let you finish. I'm sorry. I'll wait till I get to mine.
Yeah, because I think most of us did cronuts or some sort. Not all of us.
I'm thinking to bend that pastry is either Flavora pound cake or Wonder Flavors angel cake, because they're like cake taste, and that might lift things up enough to give texture and stuff. I know, like, you could use like people have used like flavor hazelnut for things, but that brings it a little too deep, like dark tasting and stuff, and it you know what I'm saying? Like, it starts tasting like peanut butter. Like, after a while, it's got like nutty notes and stuff, and I don't really get that from a cronut. I don't get like nuts of it. If anything, I could relate it to is like the almond. Like, that would lift things up a bit in bakeries. It makes like a 0.5, it does add a little bit of that like brighter texture to bakery notes, rather than bringing them into a deep fried kind of texture bakery note.
Yeah, I think maybe the next time I'm going to try this, I'm going to try it with a croissant, maybe a little bit of the white angel cake, and maybe a little bit of joy, like, because there is a fried component to it. You still need that fried component. You know what I mean?
What about Baker's Touch? Do you think that would add anything, or would that make it too heavy with a cake note?
Then you're going to pick up those like spice notes too.
Yeah. Baker's Touch is great, but it's more
cinnamony.
Yeah.
I have it, but I haven't mixed with it yet. I just picked it up recently.
Yeah, so if you're going for something like some cinnamon in there, it would definitely work out. But you're definitely going to pick up those spice notes.
Yeah.
Well, somebody else who did a cronut, like Mary Beth or Das Moose, want to show it up?
Did you do one, Moose?
Not yet. I was going to do one today.
All right.
Here, I'll throw mine up on this.
We have to stop for a second. the MVP showed up.
Yeah.
That's right. Shindo is the real MVP.
The real MVP.
What's up, Shindo?
Oh,
Hey, Shindo.
Here,
Maybe he
I'll
has
screen share mine.
Maybe the great Shindo has a solution to our conundrum.
Shower us with your knowledge, Shindo.
Why is it not coming? What am I doing wrong here? Let me try something else.
since we're talking about cronuts, has anybody tried the cronut by Amy *** on ELR?
No, I didn't even look for a cronut recipe when I was building this.
Yeah, I've seen a few. I don't know if I've seen that one.
I mixed that one also a long time ago, and it is really good.
Is it really good?
I mean, it was like 2 years ago when I tried it.
Can you share it, Mike? I'm curious to see what.
I just brought it up.
Oh, you did? Hang on.
Well, here, I just put mine up.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Frank's got his up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is my attempt at a cronut.
It's a great name.
Yeah, if it was went with like a lemon tart cronut, or Bavarian cream, just because, just to sweeten it up a little bit. Wonder Flavors croissant 2.5. Flavor Art custard to get more of that, to get the citrus note out of that at 1.5 to give it some more creamy depth. Just Joy at like 0.2 because I know that stuff. If you go up any higher, it's disgusting.
Yep.
Lemon meringue pie 1.5. Lemon Sislate 1.5. I wanted to play with that vape train pudding base. That's why I put in there at 2%. That might help give it that creamy note, almost like a cream-filled cronut in a way. And Zapola at 2% to go with the other bakery note with the croissant.
Looks good.
I found one, but I'm a little skeptical about it because he uses dulce de leche, and I'm like, I don't know.
Is there anything in there you see that I might, either do differently or add or anything?
My experience is that, and I don't know, I didn't try the Zapola, so I'd be curious to see how that comes out, is that the croissant kind of just disappeared. At least one with kind of that fried dough stuff, and it became a donut, which wasn't bad. I mean, it tastes good, but it wasn't what I had in my mind. Like, it wasn't what I was looking for. And then all I got from the croissant was butter.
Yeah, I like what Shindo's saying. They're using Real Flavors baked bread at 0.5%, Flavorous fried dough, TFA butter 0.15 or 0.2.
Yeah, so he's actually going to build it. He's just going to say, I'm not going to use a croissant. I'm going to build it, which I think is almost where you have to go in this case.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Let me just share here. Oh, come on, there we go.
Yeah, that bread is pretty cool. I like that bread. I've made a couple things with it, and I actually like it.
You just need something that adds that flaky texture and like a noticeable flaky texture, and you have a cronut.
Yeah,
that's the first thing that's going to tell you that it's a cronut. It's that flakiness.
Yeah, Emily's out there. She's saying Wonder Flavors croissant is really good but delicate for sure.
Yeah, that's why I went with Vape Train.
I didn't want to run it up any higher because of the butter.
Yeah, that's
Vape Train is too, though. Vape Train. I did both. I did both. I did both. Yeah. I only have a 4-day steep on it, but the croissant did not hold up. It just kind of goes away, like with the fried dough components. It just goes away.
It smells very buttery.
Zapola is definitely. Oh, it's super buttery. It's like
super buttery.
Just punch in the face of butter if you just single flavor test it. Yeah, I think Zapola was definitely too heavy. I know that's kind of where mine I think fell apart. And then I didn't really think about the fact that most cronuts aren't really glazed. And then Moose, you said that right? Like the Wonder.
Yeah, if anything, they got like it's a very light glaze on it, or it's like maple or something.
Yeah, because I'm definitely getting the glaze in my recipe, and it's throwing it. It's making it more like a dough. It's a good cookie dough donut. It's just like you say, but I didn't hate that at all.
I had tried it with maple bar too. I mean, I must have made 7 different variations and just trying to get a general sense about where this was going to go. I even tried it with the maple bar to pull in that sweet kind of maple. No, that didn't work. Didn't work at all.
I was trying.
Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I was kind of going for a kind of a more mapley donut because I got Steam Room's Donut Royale in from the Mixer collection. I won on that the Christmas mix they had.
Okay.
And
cool.
that recipe is really, really good. He did a nice job on that. I like it. It's good stuff. But I failed miserably.
So what did you try and come up with, Mike?
For this mix, I came up with something pretty good. Screen share. Let's see. Desktop. Did it work?
Nope. There it is.
So James Rivera is recommending baklava from Real Flavors as a possibility.
Oh, is that a porn tab hub?
I got
somebody screen shares and there's a Pornhub tab. Like,
I got to close my Pornhub.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I did a cinnamon donut. I used Capella churro at 3%, Capella funnel cake at 3%, 1/4% super sweet, 2% wow, and 3% Zapola, and it's really good. I mean, it's not like perfect, but
No, but I like the way you went with it, though. I mean, you went hard in the paint with that churro and the funnel cake for sure.
Yeah. Well, because I think the funnel cake kind of like, I've heard that it fades a lot, and I haven't really used the flavors a whole lot, but they seem to be holding up pretty good. I made this April 29th, and it's real nice. It's real nice. I like it.
I imagine it came more like a heavier cake type donut.
No, it's not that heavy.
Really?
It's more on the funnel cake churro cinnamony side.
Oh, right on.
I like churros.
Isn't, but I find that wow is sort of like if you took Joy and Zapola and a little bit of strawberry and you put it into a single flavor. That's what wow is. Like that's what I get out of wow.
Wow's definitely like a jelly filled
donut, right? I mean, like I get to me it's like a fruit, red fruit kind of fried dough thing. That's kind of what I get out of wow.
Yeah.
Do you get any of that?
I get a bit of powderiness too. That
that. Yeah, powderiness. Yeah.
There's like the donuts that you pick up and then your hands are covered in white powder bullshit.
Right.
Oh yeah, cooking donuts.
It's pretty noticeable too. Like right in the front. Like if you vape it by itself, it's right in the front of the vape, and then you get all just Jolly and Zapola. Pretty much, that's what it is to me.
Okay.
It's got a little bit of Zapola in there. Like you can't miss it.
Yeah, I haven't used it probably in, I don't know, 6 or 7 months because I didn't really care.
I bought it and I thought it was like the answer and game changer to a jelly donut, which it is, like, but it's like what we were saying with like cheap flavors. Once we have this fully answer to one flavor that we don't want anything to do with it because it's just that good. It's like, no, that's too easy. We can't use that.
So that's that other one you were talking about.
Yeah, this is that other one. I haven't mixed this for a long time.
Yeah,
but,
that's the one I'm a bit. That's the one I'm a bit skeptical about because of the use of frosted donut and glaze. It's like almost ramping it up to Play-Doh City right there.
No.
Yeah, I don't really get the Play-Doh that everybody seems to get out of it.
Well, if anything, if the cream cheese icing is probably, and the dulce de leche is probably masking that, and that's I'm not too sure about the dulce de leche, but if you look at some cronuts, they do do like a caramel glaze as well on some. Yeah. So that could be what she was going for.
And I don't think when I mixed this, I probably didn't use the cream cheese icing that high because I'm one of the guys that just overpowers for. And I don't know if I learned that yet or not back when I mixed this, but I usually only use it like 0.5% now.
Yeah, 1 to 1.5 is a pretty safe use of cream cheese icing.
Yeah.
There's some people that ramp that shit up to 3, and it's like, wow, you really like that stuff.
Hophead loves that shit.
I love it, man. I'm fucking straight into the vein, man. Yeah.
I could do the same thing with Capella's cake batter and be fine. Or like Flavor Arts Pandora and just quit my mixing career. Vape cakes all day. Cakes and diacetyl, and I'm a happy boy.
Yeah.
There you go.
When I first got cream cheese icing, I literally vaped that shit straight for like a few weeks.
Oh wow!
If you throw some, if you want a little interesting twist on it, throw some teas at it. It's pretty good. It's the oddest thing, but man, it's pretty good. Throw some teas at it and like fresh cream just to kind of calm it down a little, but it's not bad. I used to do that all.
Shindo's looking for a cola donut. A cola beignet donut.
Oh, beignets. Some vapes is asking about beignets. I actually had to taste in New Orleans from Camelot, and they have an awesome beignet liquid. But beignet is like a flaky, it's like a Danish, I think. I mean, Karen would know more than I would.
I don't know. I think of it more like the Italian, the Italian, like a beignet to me reminds me a lot of the Italian Zeppelis.
Okay.
That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like when you're looking at using Zappola and Joy, what's the ratio that you look for to kind of create your donuts? Do you kind of have a ratio in your head that you guys go after?
I'll usually do like, it depends. Like if I'm going for a really simple donut and I don't want to throw a bunch of stuff in it, I'll just do like 4% Zappola and like 0.5% Joy or something.
Yeah. Right.
If I'm going to add more, like kind of try and get more complex with it, I'll probably drop the Zappola down to like 2.5 or 3.
Like Fresh has done a couple. Here's one. I'll share it. Has done a couple real simple kind of starter donuts that I think for anybody that's just starting to mix might be worth checking out. He's got a couple. Let me pop it up here.
Yeah, and that Joy scares me. That one Vixen show, and I mentioned something about Joy on there and got blasted. I'm like, oh,
did you?
Oh, Joy is wonderful if you use it right.
Yeah,
people hate it
a little bit.
Yeah, there was some.
It's one of those flavors like people had a bad experience with, and they get all like.
So I've mixed this up, and I've mixed his strawberry donut up. They were some of the first recipes that I did, and they were pretty good. But he uses it at 3.5%, and then he kind of backfills it with more of the cupcake and the yellow cake, and then he kind of throws in his
his black currant.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that black currant?
No,
not Fresh doesn't use black currant. No, never.
No idea what that is.
What do you think of the saline in here?
It won't hurt. I mean, it could. I don't know I'm not quite sure the purpose there. The only time
out your coils. That's what saline does. It shreds your coils apart.
Yeah, because you get that sodium in there. Yeah.
No, it's like sweetener blackens and gunks up your coils. Saline will like start to literally degrade your Canthal a bit.
So
probably good if you're using like stainless or something.
Yeah, I think if you're using stainless, you might be fine.
So donuts that we are saying people should flavor donuts we should not buy. So like cap glazed donut people should stay away from, and TFA glazed donut people should stay away.
TFA frosted donut, just throw that shit in the trash.
Stay away.
Well, if you want to go to kindergarten and eat paste, I mean, it's probably good. Play-Doh is probably good.
I would say
if you want to bring yourself all the way back to when you were 5 and 6 years old.
Wonder Flavor glazed
donut. You just gotta kind of bend it a little bit. You gotta try to take that Play-Doh away or mask it up a bit. And if you go too high with it, that's where you're not gonna like it.
For a beginner mixer, though, they're gonna see that and they're gonna think, "Oh, that's a
just stay in
donut in the bottle," and so probably not good for a beginner mixer. Where cap chocolate donut might be a good beginner mixer flavor to get.
Well, I mean that you just vape straight, and it's like a really good just chocolate donut.
Right.
But you're gonna get chocolate no matter what. I would say like
if Capella.
What's that?
If Capella didn't deny us the beauty of Boston Creed Pie version 1, that would be great because that stuff was fine all on its own.
Yeah.
But V2 sucks.
I would say for a newer mixer that's looking to get into donuts, probably Wonder Flavor's glazed donut and Zappola. But
Yep.
because I know a lot of people, the Zapola is like either you love it or hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I will suggest the opposite and go with Jungle Flavors yellow cake and bend it to your own donut.
yeah.
There's
But
a lot of things.
what are you doing to it to get that fried component, Moose?
You could add like cinnamons. You can add cinnamon sugar cookies. You can add acetylpyrazine, hazelnut. All of that kind of all of that kind of brings things down without because I don't necessarily like too much like spices going on in a donut and stuff, especially when you're vaping it. It can start to get a little like nuanced. Like it's just like, I get it. It's fried spice. So cake donuts and stuff, they're a little bit more pleasant, and I can see people that love custards and stuff, that rich, deep, cakey kind of vanilla shit. I could see people liking that a little bit more. So you can bend that Jungle Flavors yellow cake in a lot of different directions.
So
there was. I'm mixing up this other one right now. This blue cheese donut.
I got an older donut recipe I could share.
Oh, and that's kind of what Jungle Flavors yellow cake reminds me of most is Entenmann's. They're like the gentleman's donuts or whatever people call them. Like if you crack one of those open and you look at that, it's like Jungle Flavors yellow cake is a lot better than that shit, but that's what I could probably relate it to the most.
That's actually a good analogy. Actually, that's spot on. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's
where I think of them, and I grew up with those donuts. So if you didn't, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So here's a recipe I'll share. That who is this by? By Lonesome Roads. But here's another combination for a donut that I'm seeing used lately, which is Wonder Flavors deep fried pastry dough with their glazed donut, and it's kind of like a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 kind of ratio is what I'm seeing it being used as. Now I've tried this too, and this is actually not bad. So for those that are kind of not a real fan of the Zapola, here's kind of like another option. I do find that it kind of fades a little bit, maybe. So you might want to add another kind of component, another cakey kind of component in there. But it's another option for sure, I think, in making donuts. And then there was one interesting recipe that I think is worth looking at. I really like too, which was by Emily, which was an empanada, which I think was kind of cool. I mean, it's not a donut, but I just loved this recipe. I loved everything about it. Let me see if I can share it. Am I sharing it? No, I'm not. I'm not sharing it, but I'll share it now. I really liked this recipe. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she used the deep fried pastry dough here to kind of get that empanada feeling for it with a little bit of the cinnamon Danish. And then I just thought it was a really cool mix. I want to make this. I just think it looks really good.
That's how you get that vanilla custard cheesecake.
Yeah, I need to get that too.
Oh, that stuff's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
And then she had that little bit of Kentucky bourbon. I'm like, oh, that is going to be. And then the sweet guava. I'm like, I have to try this. I just have to try this. It just looks so cool.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Hey, get that deep fried pastry dough too.
That one's pretty good. Actually, I do have that one.
I think that's actually
pretty low because it gets a little funky. Like that's why. Yeah, I think 1.5 is probably like not as high as you would want to go with it.
Well, Frank's Mixin. I'll pull up mine. I kind of did two things. One was my failed attempt at a cronut, but it's a good donut.
Another good donut flavoring is if you're going for that UC kind of donut is Isig Express's their donut shop. It's sold as like a one shot, but that's a really good, just kind of plain.
What is it called?
Donut shop. It's like cool. It's one of their one shot blends type things, but it's just like a plain donut, and it's actually really good. You could just add some fruits or whatever you wanted to it.
So I was going for kind of a jelly filled cronut. And I love the VT jams. I just think they're really good. So if you're looking for a good jam, I think Vape Train does it pretty well. They do lose some of that brightness a little bit over time, but they're very usable, and I like them. So I just used strawberry with a little bit of blueberry to give it a little more depth. I pushed the croissant up to, I tried it at 2, tried it at 2.5, and then the third recipe was at 3% to try and get it to sit there, to try and get some definition from it, and added a little golden butter. And it's there, but it still kind of blends into more of a donut. And then I used the deep fried pastry and glazed donut for the cake component. And it really becomes more donut than anything. I mean, it's good, but unfortunately, it isn't really what I wanted. And then a little bit of the old powdered sugar to do that. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to continue my pursuit of finding out how to do this. And I don't think it's going to be using a croissant flavor. I think Shindo probably had a right idea, and Moose probably had a right idea too, is to kind of find some flavors to kind of create it, at least in this application. Now, Emily has a very nice recipe where she did a croissant and jam, and she used the Real Flavors jam and toast to kind of get some of that texture. And that's probably another idea too, another thought.
It's driving me nuts. I'm trying to find one of my inserts. It fell somewhere, and I can't find the son of a bitch.
Hey, has anybody seen Pippa show up in the chat yet?
No, she was on Facebook earlier there, so I thought maybe, I don't know if she pulled an all-nighter or what. But.
I didn't see if she's gonna make it or not. Mark Senior's in here though. You want to share that thing I showed you earlier, Daytime Frank?
Oh yeah, go ahead and do it.
All right. Share. Okay. Share screen.
This one.
Pippa sent us a.
My name's Daz Moose, and I'm a bit of a dick, but I like mixing good e-liquid and having a bit of fun and taking the piss out of everyone. Alright, talk to you later.
Oh, thank God for Pippa.
Awesome.
Moose is like, I got nothing to say. I got nothing. Or maybe he's got a lot, but he doesn't want to say it.
They're not wrong.
Oh, Socrates is out there. What's up, Socrates? Good evening to you.
Socrates.
Pippa.
Yeah,
Golly.
God love her.
Oh my God. She's got some that just had me peeing in my pants, literally. Oh my God. And so another mix that I made up was I wanted to do a riff off of the sesame dessert balls that you see like in the Asian restaurants. Sometimes they're called dim sum dessert balls. So and this came out really good. I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, I think it still needs about a 5-day steep, but I'm pretty happy with it. So usually they're filled with the I think I talked, maybe it was you, Mop, we were talking, or no, it was Das Moose I was talking about, I think. Usually they're filled with a red bean paste, but I wanted kind of a sweet starchy filling, so I used the banana puree to kind of get that sweet kind of filling that you would get from a red bean paste, with some Kanako soy, a little milk and honey to kind of give it a little body, and a little bit of that sweetness on the coating that you get. And the sesame dough and the sesame seed candy work really well together in this application, along with a little bit of flavor sweet dough. We didn't really talk about that, but it's kind of a sweet, slightly yeasty kind of dough. I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's a solid application. And then I tried Vape Train sweet rice, and I didn't like it as much as I liked the FE sweet rice. So,
now, FE for everybody, that's Flavor Express. That's one of the DIY vapor supply, right? No, is that their house? East Egg Express's house line.
Yes.
Express, yeah.
Yeah, and so that worked out really well. It's actually kind of a cool flavor. It can be almost a little savory, if depending on the percentages that you're using, especially with that Kanako soy. I mean, there is a sweetness to it, but it can go a little savory on you. So I used a little cap super sweet to kind of bring it back a little bit into the dessert realm.
That
But
makes
yeah,
sense.
it's pretty good. Actually, I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll see how this one plays out here. I'll share the recipes I just mixed up. Okay, there we go. Share screen. Yeah, this is the blue cheese donut that I've had public for almost a month.
Oh yeah, this one's good. I actually like
this was the spin-off of Fresh's blueberry cheesecake donut. I kind of modernized it a little bit using the Wonder Flavors glazed donut instead of using Zapola. And just spruced it up a little bit of joy, a little bit. Actually, I forgot to put the joy in when I mixed it. Oh well, it's not needed probably. Using the brown sugar to sweeten it up a little bit more and calm down the blueberries a little bit, brighten them up and calm them down at the same time. Trying to put them in their place.
I'll have to mix that up. I got all that stuff.
Yeah, someone had actually adapted it and got 5 stars and got all kinds of comments and didn't. I'm like, oh, that's nice. At least imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right?
Hire them to do your PR, Frank.
Yeah, exactly. Because you see, I don't get shit on
there. Another recipe that I don't know if you guys saw. It was Tutal's the Greek baklava. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't seen that one. No. Here, I'll stop sharing this.
Another recipe that I just think is kind of cool. It's kind of along the same lines of what Moose was talking about, with kind of using more of the nuts and some of the other flavors to kind of pull that sensation in there. Come on, Mary Beth, when are you gonna learn? There we go. So he uses the Flavora sweet dough only at 0.35% because obviously this is supposed to be nut heavy. More of a if you've had baklava, it's a very thin pastry in between, kind of like a honey and a nut and layered kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And then he used the deep fried pastry dough as well here in this case, with some hazelnut and some honey. And it looks like a good mix. I'd like to make this one up too. This is kind of in my wheelhouse, I think.
Yeah, that would be a hard mix to go after. That stuff's pretty complex.
The baklava?
Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah.
The recipe looks pretty good though.
Yeah, it does. But look how low the percentages are here, though. Look at this.
Wow.
Like, really low. Yeah.
That's another thing to keep in mind too. That Flavora sweet dough for cronut. That stuff's apparently got texture to it and shit.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that with the croissant as opposed to the Wonder Flavors kind of flavors. Kind of move away and try that. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, right now I'm getting the blueberry, getting a hint of cream, and not much of the pastry right now. Not much of that donut. Well, like Shindo said, he's had trouble with that because the fruits have a tendency of overpowering the donut.
Yep, they completely do.
I'll give it a week and see where we're at.
Yeah, give it a week.
I mean, it doesn't suck. I could sit here and vape on it, but I'll see. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be where I want it. But if the other person got 5 stars, then somebody liked it. Let me see if I can adjust it to do with that. Let me adjust this. I noticed I saw that light come in. Must have stopped raining.
It was raining here earlier.
Well, they were calling for rain yesterday for today, but then today I checked it and it showed sunshine. And then I looked out the window and I was walking back upstairs and, oh, it rained.
Yeah, so another base that I've seen used for a donut is it's like a 1-2-3 ratio. So like biscuit 1%, 2% joy, and then 3% like cap sugar cookie to kind of give you that Entenmann sort of.
Yeah, well, Entenmann's, let's say that the best thing ever come out of Long Island's Entenmann's. Yeah, like what Shindo said, if it sucks, just add some pudding base.
Bavora pudding makes everything good, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Flavor's vanilla pudding is like you can single flavor vape that all day long, every day.
Yep.
If they were to eliminate all the flavors and just keep that one,
Ooh, that smells good.
We'd be
You
okay.
still could make a ton of stuff with it.
Oh yeah.
Pudding based in
So anybody else have anything else they want to share?
I got one more. This is a recipe I came out last year. I actually kind of all day vape pretty often. It's pretty simple, just hazelnut donut.
Oh, that sounds good, man.
Yeah, I've gone some good feedback on it too. But it's just simple, just 3.5% Zapola, and some Bavarian cream to add a little bit of cream in there, and then hazelnut and peanut butter. Actually, the peanut butter is there to kind of help boost up the hazelnut and kind of bring it in with the Bavarian cream to create like kind of a hazelnut cream. And then, because somebody was asking me how this works, and I'm like, well, obviously the hazelnut's a lot stronger than the peanut butter. And then the TFA peanut butter tends to fade a little bit after a few weeks. So if you vape it within like the first couple of weeks, you'll get a lot of peanut butter. And after about 3 weeks of steeping, that peanut butter, the peanut taste in it really fades back, and the hazelnut kind of takes it over. That makes a really nice kind of hazelnut cream.
It looks really good, actually.
That's one I
wonder if you could, if you wanted to do more of like a coffee nut kind of flavor.
Yeah, this is usually what I drink. This is what I vape when I drink my coffee in the morning.
Yeah, completely. Because that's my first thought. My first thought was that would go great with a cup of coffee.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that looks really good, Mophead. That looks really good.
And if you didn't have flavor with hazelnut, you could switch this up a little bit and throw some. But if you have butterscotch,
oh yeah,
I think that would be really good.
Love butterscotch.
I mean, it might clash a little bit with the peanut butter, but I think it'd be good.
Yeah, you could also bump up if you wanted the peanut butter to actually like stick around. Yeah, you could definitely bump up the peanut butter a little bit.
Yeah, Mike, your mic was coming in really hot when you're vaping. I don't know what was going on there. Mouthpad was trying to talk. There we go. Yeah, just like pull it away a little bit if you can.
All right.
Oh, there we go. That's perfect.
I might be roboting again too. So
no, you sound fine, Moose.
You're good.
Oh, okay.
You're good. You're good.
Even if I'm not, you can just blame me anyway.
Okay.
That's what we do.
TFA isn't bad either. But it's more like a pudding. Yeah, true. Yeah, TFA's. I haven't actually tried TFA's vanilla custard. I like Anawera's though, but you just have to put something in to get rid of the dryness. You have to add a cream. Or
Alfredo,
just vanilla pudding.
I'm sorry, Alfredo. Do you have your recipe in ELR?
No.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and put that up later today.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's a nice, simple, tasty recipe. So that's it. I want to make sure that we talk about a range of things and recipes that a beginner mixer can maybe tackle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the more I vape this, the more this turned out pretty damn good.
Nice.
Oh, Joey Hendricks. Is it Joey Hendricks or Kendricks? Joey's out there. Hey, Joey.
Just got the notification.
Yeah, she probably just got notification 10 minutes to 3.
Joey was worried that we were just going to talk about Zapola for an hour. Which we only talked about it for maybe like 40 minutes out of the hour. So
yeah, we gave other flavors a chance.
I think that the combination of the Wonder Flavors glazed, like if someone's looking for a simple, easy, like the combination of the Wonder Flavors and the fried dough, you could get a pretty good donut. And I think the same, it's probably kind of the FA's equivalent, is the Zapola and the Joy kind of gives you that, it's another way of getting at it. I think it's the same kind of concept. Although the Wonder Flavors glazed donut on its own is actually pretty good. I mean, you could get away with it if you wanted to. It's pretty, if you want to.
If you want
exactly, if you want to.
If you want to.
Yeah, Shindo says Cap V2 gets a bad rap, but it's amazing at higher percentages. Like I just said in the chat, I ain't got time for that steeping bullshit. I'm going to vape that shit now.
I agree with him, though. I like Cap V2. But
I have it. when I first started, you got to get Cat V1 and V2, and I bought both of them, and I think I used it once and never used it again.
I don't think I own V2.
Essay? Who's essays?
Saluba Rome. Yeah, you have to use it.
I used a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's really weak. It's good. Like, it's a good donut, but it's really weak.
Which one was that?
Saluba Rome donut.
Oh, I don't know.
Emily was saying she uses Wonder Flavors glazed donut and Saluba Rome donut as her go-to for a donut. Interesting.
I had a recipe with the Saluba Rome donut that was really good.
Yeah.
I forgot which one it was.
That's a new one on me. I've never even heard of that one before.
Yeah, I had to order it from I'm pretty sure they got it at Chef's, but I think I placed an order of Rainbow Vapes a while back. They're another one in the UK.
I'll have to look that one up. Mary Beth, I see. Is that the 80 watt you're using there?
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And your thoughts?
I think for the money, it's going to be a home run for people. I think it's 21700. I love the bottles. See how it has like the collar on it?
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's so easy to fill. You know, like when you fill your squonk bottles, it's all coming out.
Yeah.
Because it has a collar on it, you can hold it and you can just unscrew. You're not squeezing the bottle. You've got something onto. You can fill it. So I think genius on the bottles, just easy.
Nice.
Yeah, it's lightweight. It's easy. It's a simple menu. It's a solid performer. If it comes in around $80, I think people are going to have a good device. I don't.
It's not even that. I think it's like 59.
Yeah.
59,
perfect.
69, somewhere around there. I think it might be.
I think they had a kit was like $80.
Yeah.
Oh, what's Moose trying to show? TFA grape candy? That's for Shindo.
Ooh, that's
Why
some
no?
good.
Oh, grape candy. No.
Grape with my mouth.
Oh.
TPA grape is good though.
Yeah, both cities sent me the wrong one when I ordered it long ago. And I never got around to slapping them up for it.
Don't tell me you know me, you'll get taken care of. No.
Yeah, like a couple months later, hey, you guys mind taking the grape candy bullshit back and give me the right one? Thanks, love you. Bye.
Tootie.
Oh, Addie Tooney in the house. What's up, Addie?
Tootie. Yeah, no, for the record, the grape juice is good. They also make a TPA grape candy, and that's, at least in this application, is not a go.
Yeah, I had the grape juice. They sent me as a freebie one time.
It tastes literally like the grape candy tastes like fucking Dimetap.
Oh, how about the grape juice? I haven't even used it.
Grape juice is great. That's straight Welch's grape jelly to me. Like, you can add a little bit of TPA strawberry ripe to it to give it a little more oomph to it,
Nice.
body and stuff, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's like when you taste it with TPA's peanut butter and a little bit of acetylpyrazine, like just 0.5. Don't go too high because you'll get tortilla chip.
Yeah,
It is pretty much peanut butter and jelly to me. Like,
Really?
and I don't know if anyone. There was a juice going around for a long time called Cosmic Charlie's Peanut Butter and Jesus. I'm pretty sure that's what it was just peanut butter, TPA's peanut butter, acetylpyrazine, strawberry ripe, and grape juice, and that's it.
cool.
Have you guys used
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, no, if Shindo's the real MVP, that means Addie Tootie is the GOAT.
Oh.
He's the Hall of Famer. He's the greatest of all time.
Yeah. I want to try that TPA grape juice with the Jamit, the VT Jamit, like that generic creates whatever into a jam. I got to try it. I got to see if that works.
I've been doing it with the Inaware grapes. See how that works out.
Yeah.
Because I've done Inaware grapes and then mixed it with fig, and that kind of almost gets pretty close to like a grape jelly. I think I did Inaware grapes, FA blackcurrant, and I think I used the FA figs. It's the only fig I have right now.
Yeah, let's say if you wanted to make like a jelly donut, let's say.
Yeah.
Trying to get that, that jam that's in a jelly donut. That's what I tried to do with the crimpet recipe I had. I tried to go too close to the actual, the jelly filling inside the crimpet. And I made the mistake of just using the wrong apple and used Fuji, and it totally turned it into like I was vaping some kind of flour.
Yep, I love Fuji, but not in that. Yeah.
Everybody loves Fuji. It's everybody's favorite apple, and then like you try and use it in the wrong application, you're like,
yeah, exactly. Oh, right off the bat, I mean, I could vape that stuff straight.
Oh, it's great for a lot of applications, but it doesn't work very well with bakeries.
No,
I found
it's like a really, it's got that kind of like sharp notes in there.
Yeah, it's really in your face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys ever used Stark Apple? Flavor Art Stark Apple?
That's your favorite. I know you always talk about that one.
It's a good one. That's a good one for
what
baking.
is it? I don't even know. I've never heard it.
Yeah. It doesn't get a lot of attention, but it's a really good kind of more towards like a bakery apple. It's just a lot softer and rounder than Fuji apple is. Where Fuji apple is really like crisp, It's more like a kind of softer red apple. And then it's like, for apple filling.
Yes,
use it in bakery though, Mophead? Can you use it in bakery?
That's what I use Stark Apple for.
Do you?
Yeah.
So like double apple isn't your thing? Like
I like double. Oh, I love Capella double apple.
Yeah.
Like I'll put them together a lot.
Yeah.
In a bakery.
Yep.
And maybe a little bit of Flavora apple filling. There you go.
So the one croissant we didn't talk about was FA croissant. And I could barely find a recipe with it where it was used. So I don't know if I have never used it. I don't know if anyone's ever used it. So I don't know if no one's used it because it sucks or no one uses it because they just haven't gotten it. Or
it sounds like it's one of those flavors we probably can't really get in North America.
Oh, is that what it is? That's probably
I don't know. I didn't even know that.
I'll look it up right now and see if I can find it. I'll check Bull City's site and see where we're at.
At least like shit.
I don't think Bull City would have it.
I don't know.
I've looked through their flavors so many times, I don't remember seeing it.
Let's see. Let's hit the search.
Anthony, fuck yeah, he's saying that Fuji apple and butterscotch would be good. Yeah, I could see that working.
Yeah, that would be good.
Let's see. They only carry 2 vape strains and wonder flavors.
Yeah, I wonder if you just can't get it. That could be actually. I didn't think of that, Mophead.
I'm try Nick River, see if they have it.
Like the premium custard. What a sin.
Oh, I still don't have. I don't.
I got a 10 ml bottle of it, and now I don't want to use it because
Me too.
I don't even know if I want to bother picking it up now because I don't know how long. I don't know.
Well, it depends. Like it's enjoyable. It's a great thing, but if you're making a recipe for other people to make, it's not accessible. That's the thing. Do you choose?
I don't know if I just want to get let down that hard. Like use it and like love it so much, and then all of a sudden, like a couple months later, I'm out of it, and it's like
right.
Yeah, the only one Nick River even carries is Wonder Flavors.
Huh. Okay, so maybe
it's not one that's easy to find.
So it's probably really good.
Well, my brother's coming in July from the UK, and I already put in a request. I want Flavor Art Premium Custard and the 3.14 Flavor Art because he lives right near where the flagship store is in London.
Oh,
so he can walk in and get them.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
Yeah.
So what's up with custard pie? Like what is that? Like what's different?
I'm not quite sure, but I just know I want it. I want to play with it. I've heard of it, and there's you see like Fresh is mixed with it. His lemon tart remix actually calls for the 3.14, and I just used just regular Flavor Art custard. Yeah. And I don't know how close it is to regular. It might be real, like almost 1-to-1, but if I can get it, nobody else has it, I want it.
Right.
Well, we're right at the 3:00 mark, my friends.
We got to get going here. We got Mixed Life's going to be starting shortly. The Vixens are this evening. DIY E-Juice University at 5 p.m. Eastern. The Vixens are on at 6. Mixed Life should be getting ready to start. I didn't get the notification on them yet. So anyway, if they're running. Oh no, yeah, they just went live too. I just got a notification. Let's go around the room and get going. let's start with our special guest, Mike. You started off.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. It was fun. Finally, I'm on a show that I watch. That's pretty cool.
Dreams are coming true.
That was fun. Yeah, right. Donuts. You know, I like donuts. I haven't mixed donuts in a long time, so I'm gonna get back into it. I got the flavors for it, so thanks for getting me inspired again.
Cool. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate having you on. I'll definitely have you on again sometime.
All right, cool.
Tell them your channel, Mike.
The Vaping Surveyor on YouTube. Whenever I have time to do it, which isn't very often. My wife shares.
Mrs. Hoffman. Hello.
That's the Mrs. Surveyor.
And the dog.
Thanks for coming on, Mike. It was nice having you.
No problem. No problem.
All right, Moose. Where can everybody find you, brother?
Around doing Moose things on the internet, giving people a hard time.
You should have them. Your performance should start coming up soon, shouldn't it?
Yeah, if anyone's in Massachusetts and goes to a music festival called Strange Creek, you'll find me there. Yeah, you can find me on ELR as Odd Drop and ATF as Liquid Antlers. They will be one name soon because I'm a crazy person. And I'm also here every Sunday talking flavors and such and inspiring people to get out there and mix and be curious about flavors because it's a lot of fun. And learning is the funnest part about it too. So don't beat yourselves up. Keep mixing. Think less and mix more.
That's right. Alfredo, congrats on your Dodgers pitcher throwing a no-hitter yesterday.
Yeah. Just want to give a shout out to Adore Liquid. Give a shout out to Adore Liquid, Yeti Wire. And find me at thevapeshop.org. That's about it. Thanks for having me on, Frank. It's a pleasure. I'm glad
brother.
I'm going to get my recipe up on the ELR. I'm still tweaking some stuff on it. I have it on paper, but I'm still tweaking some stuff on it. But I should have it up later today.
Cool.
What's your ELR handle, Alfredo?
AM Ponce, Ponce.
All right.
El Jefe.
All right, Mary Beth, you spoke up. Go for it.
Yeah, so you can find me on ELR and all the flavors as MechModRN. If you haven't had the opportunity, head over to DIYDownUnder.com and check out Pippa's website. There's great stuff going on, and it's a great community. The Facebook group DIY Down Under has some really good challenges and great bunch of people. You know, a lot of good, interesting conversations and stuff going on there. So it's a nice supportive community to check out. Yeah, and that's it.
All right, thanks as always, the matriarch of this ship and keeping it steered in the right direction.
Gray hairs.
All right, Mophead.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mophead. Go subscribe to my channel, Mixin Mophead. I just finished custard month, so I reviewed 15 custard recipes over the past month.
That was a great series.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Series.
Yeah, so definitely go check that out. I also just hit my 1-year anniversary for my channel. I posted that today.
Yes, congrats.
Happy birthday to Mophead.
Go join ESMR DIY E-Juice, the Facebook group. We had to change the name because we're getting really weird people trying to join our group.
Those ASMR people, man, they just can't let it go.
They're getting all kinds of weird people trying to join. But anyways, just ESMR DIY E-Juice, the Facebook group, and then Sundays here on Frank's channel.
All right. Thanks. As always, Mophead, congrats once again. You're up over 400 now and getting closer to that 1,000.
There you
Appreciate you. All right, everybody. I just want to say, first off, great job, everybody, on the flavor survey. Ends up 69,000 unique IP addresses.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not done yet. not to bring, I'm going to give you a pat in the back, but I'm also going to give you a kick in the ass. Make sure that you do the comment period. It's open till June 19th. Go on the FDA website, comment, tell them how. You don't have to give them too much info. Just tell them what flavors mean to you, basically. You don't have to write a whole diatribe, a paragraph, 5 lines. Just, be respectful. Don't tell them they're assholes. Don't tell them they suck. Just don't.
That's what this is for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't hashtag this or hashtag that or tag your buddies in or anything. Just tell them honest, strong, honest opinions on what flavors mean to you.
Put your big boy pants on and keep it formal.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm gonna shout out, Adore Liquid. Look how dark that is. I found this in the back of my cabinet. Hazy custard, about 6 months old. Oh, this is gonna be awesome.
So
I have the concentrates I hadn't gotten around to mixing, and I found this, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Nice, good find.
Yep. YetiWire.com. Always Black Friday at YetiWire. Special shout out to a buddy of mine, Mitch Green. He's on Instagram, Vaporholics Anonymous. He's doing coils. I have some coils coming in of his. Go over there, check out his Instagram. If you like his aliens, go ahead and DM him. He'll shoot you a price. I know if you buy more than one set, I believe it's free shipping, but find out from him. Let's see. Yeah, DIY Down Under. If you're not already a member over there, go ahead and check it out and check out the free stuff. And if you like what you see, go ahead and buy yourself a membership. Dirt cheap, and it's a good resource. And money goes to Aussie Advocacy because they need it as bad as we do, if not worse.
Yep. And thank you everybody for watching and spending time with us today on your Sunday afternoon. We much appreciate it.
Yes. And next Sunday, Mother's Day, we're doing tropical mixes because we're the reason why Mom drinks. So let's get her drunk. All right, everybody. Till next time. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Close this here.